Hi, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, this is saying spring has sprung. What has sprung? First of all, I chose the perfect day to do this video because yesterday it was overcast. I had the lights on in my bedroom, and today it is nice and sunny and I don't have any external lights on in my entire apartment. So spring has sprung. As a matter of fact, we just had daylight savings time. Fall back, spring ahead, right? So we lost an hour, but that's okay because I get up at all hours, I sleep all hours, so I haven't even absorbed the time change yet. So what are we talking about today? Well, this is the April issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine, April 2022. This is a magazine that comes out 6 times a year. So the previous issue was February, which I do have, and the next issue is June. Now, before I made this video, I did check YouTube to see if there were a lot of flip-throughs of this magazine because I don't want to have a lot of redundant content. I only found 1 or 2, so I feel comfortable making this video. Now, I have to tell you right from the get-go that I love this issue, okay? Now, the first thing is there are 24 projects in this issue, 24. For a new cross-stitcher, that is gold, okay? That is gold being dumped into my pockets, okay? 24 projects. I will tell you what project I have chosen from this issue of the magazine that I will be working on very, very soon. Speaking of how sunny, we have a little bit of glare, so we're going to try to get rid of that glare. Let's see. Yeah, we got rid of that glare. See? Everything works out. So, I have planned to do 1 project out of each issue of the magazine going forward. In other words, I didn't choose anything out of the February issue, but this issue I plan on working on 1 project, on the June issue 1 project, and so forth and so on. As I become more of an experienced stitcher, my next intent is to work on the more complicated projects, and we're going to talk about that in this video. So without any further ado, let's look at the cover. I started off the video saying spring has sprung. It sprung so much that I had to close my curtains to get rid of the glare. Okay? It says, with delightful stitch designs. Excellent Easter stitching. Do you get the pun? Excellent. Baltic basket cover, elegant cross, ornament trio, and happy Easter tote. These will all be featured in this issue of the magazine. Now, this is the only magazine that I subscribe to currently. I do think I will be subscribing to World of Cross Stitch as of maybe in a little while, sometime today, and there's another magazine, so I will probably have 3 subscriptions going forward, but it'll be a minute before I get them. So I'm going to try to show you this magazine without showing you the patterns. I'll do the best that I can, and if something slips through, you have my apologies in advance. So it starts off on this page here. I'm going to turn the light on so I can read. Yeah, hopefully that's not, well, it gives us a glare. Can't do that. Can't do that. We'll try a different light. I know I said that okay, there we go. I just want to be able to read this. So it says, discover a world of creativity with our Kit of the Month clubs. Which club would you enjoy the most? And these all Annies. Card Maker, Caring Crochet, Creative Girls, Creative Quilters, Creative Women, Creative Crochet Afghan, Crochet Striped Afghan, Farmhouse Holiday Quilters, Book and Needle, Knit and Afghan, Simply Beads, and Young Woodworkers. I'm going to see what Knit Hook and Needle is about. I don't know. I did subscribe to this one right here, the Crocheted Afghans, but when I counted the cost, it would cost me hundreds of dollars to do an Afghan. And I've got one right here that I am working on that I got off of YouTube and didn't pay anything for the project. So I decided to cancel my subscription to that particular magazine. I'm a monthly subscription. So let's see what's in the table of contents. On page 32, we have this image, which is a star. So page 29, Home Sweet Home Sampler. Page 31, the Sampler Sleuth, Stitching Around the World, Eastern Orthodox Textile Art. I can read. Page 32 is Baltic Easter Basket Cover. Page 46, All-Star Songbook Quilt Blocks by Blue Jay. 62 is Favorite Finds Product Reviews. 63 is the Christmas Stitch 12 Days of Christmas Ornament Series, Days 3 and 4. So days 1 and 2 were in the February issue, and this will continue until all 12 days of Christmas. So if you're interested in the ornaments, go back to the February issue. You can stitch those, and then you can stitch days 3 and 4. Spring Blooms. Shadow of Thy Wings, Blue Blooms, Wildflower Return. I realize you can't really see what I'm reading. Let's adjust the focus. There we go. Wildflower Return, Sprinkle with Love, Morning Tea, Blooming Circles, Spring Fields, Hello Spring. And then Easter items are Happy Easter, Joyful in Hope, Easter Egg Trio, New Arrival, For This Child, Welcome Little One, and You Arrived. Excellent, excellent articles. And then 21 is whatever this is, and we will soon find out. Like I said, I'm going to do my best not to show you patterns, because I guess it's frowned upon in issues like this, in license work. But I noticed that there are some videos that I see patterns, so I've got to work on that. So what we're going to do is we're going to just get a sheet of paper, and I'm going to use this, I'm trying to find a blank sheet of paper, okay, to cover over the patterns, because I'm not skilled with this. So we're going to raise the camera. This is my webcam, and we'll just use this to cover the pattern. So this is the Proper Stitch, a guide for counted thread. So this looks like it says I don't know if it's a book or a magazine, and I will buy it. It says 168 pages, a guide for the complete thread, revised and expanded, and it's by Darlene Osteen, The Needle's Praise. So over 60 illustrations of Practiced Imperfect, 3 beautiful sampler projects, and shows both front and back of needlework most popular stitches. So I'm definitely going to be getting that one, and that's available at anniescraftstore.com. See there? Okay. All right, now we have Blue Blooms. Okay, spoiler alert. I was going to wait to the end of the video, but this is the one that I'm doing. I got the fabric. It's already cut. It's right here. I have all of the floss, and I will learn whatever stitches I need to learn, because it says cross stitch over 2 threads, back stitch over 2 threads, and work French knot using 1 strand of floss. So I will be learning that. We're going to bring this down so that hopefully if you want to read that. So then we have some ads. Weeks Dye Works. I did buy some floss under Weeks Dye Works for a different project altogether, and I also bought some for this project. Chaparral Alphabet Sampler Kit. That might be good for me to practice alphabet, because like one of the things I'm working on, it's called Cozy Cafe by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, and with that the cafe has 2 letters. I think they're S and J, and I want to change it to say R and T for Robin and Tony, or T and R for Tony and Robin. So I am going to find some alphabet samplers so I can figure out how to change that pattern. Alright, so it looks like we have the whole pattern here. Forgive my ignorance on this, but I have to do what I think is right. Then we have here, this is a strip. This would work well, I think, as a table runner, but I'm not quite sure why there's cushions behind it. But it's called Wildflowers Return, and it's a cluster of delicate flowers that takes center stage in this easy to stitch band. It says, oh, it's perfect as a basket wrap or pillow trim. Okay, I don't know anything about fully finished objects, but that's what the suggestion is. And the skill level is intermediate. By the way, let's go back a page really quickly. Just need to do something really quickly. For the one that I'm going to be doing, it says the skill level is intermediate. Okay, I do want to show you the skill levels. And by the way, this is Carol Thornton. Okay. So this Wildflowers Return is also intermediate. Okay. I'm just waiting for it to focus. I think I have to adjust it over here. Get back there. Okay. That's about as good as we're going to get. So that's Wildflowers Return. The next one we have is Sprinkled with Love. And this is an easy level, so I might do this one because I need all the practice I can get. I didn't buy anything for this, but now that I'm going through this magazine for the third time, this appeals to me because it says easy. It's only 80 by 80, and it says this garden scene depicting a rustic watering can filled with fresh cut posies takes on a look of antique needlework when stitched on hand-dyed linen. Okay, so it says hand-dyed linen, so let's see what the suggestion is. 28 count. It's suggested to be worked on 28 count Helix linen from Picture This Plus. And I am working 3 patterns on Picture This Plus fabric, so I do know what they're referring to there. Go on to the next page. Okay, there's no pattern there. This is Morning Tea, and this is Intermediate. I do not like my focus today. We are going to, there we go. This is an intermediate pattern, 98 by 97, and it suggests that this to be done on a 28 count of light cashel linen from Zweigart. And here's the image. Isn't that gorgeous? I almost chose this one, but I decided to do something that I can do on 14 count first. So that's that one. And here's all the information about it. Tells you the type of stitches and so forth. More advertisements are right here. I guess I just moved the magazine around so I don't have to keep adjusting the camera. So there's the pattern with more ads right there. Yes, the pattern is showing, but that is just too bad. I am doing the best that I can. This is what was on in the table of contents that I didn't recognize. This is called Blooming Circles. It says pair these simple floral designs with vintage glassware. Let me show you what I'm reading. Pair these simple floral designs with vintage glassware to create an adorable set of handy pin cushions. Oh, pin cushions that you'll love to display. We can always use pin cushions. And look at this one. This little holder has a place for scissors. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Skill level easy. Can you see that? Barely, but there it is. Easy skill level. As I do more flip-throughs, I will get more qualified with this. This is Springfields, and it says sunshine, lily, daffodils, vibrantly colored tulips, and spectacular dwarf irises are just a few of the blooms you will enjoy as you stitch your way through this floral field. So let's see what this is about. This says, it's not telling us. I think it's the next page. I just want to see what the skill level will be. Okay, this is considered to be easy. And this is 107 by 107 square, 7 1/8 by 7 1/8. And it says either 14 count or 14 by 14 piece on 28 count platinum cashel linen from Zweigart. Or if I'm going too long. Oh, I wanted to talk about this. This here is called Home Sweet Home Sampler Part 2. So I didn't bring my bag in here, but Home Sweet Home Sampler Part 1 is in the February issue. And that would probably be February. This would be April. Then you have May, June, July, August. That's my guess. I don't know if it's this way or if it's that way. So I really thought about doing this. So I read all of this here. It's intermediate. It's 175 by 132. It's recommended to be done on 16 28 count lamb's wool linen by Walshart. And once I got to that, I'm like, lamb's wool linen. First of all, I'm going to be stitching on Lugana, but I don't know if I'm ready to stitch on linen. If you can see that right there where I have the paper. So I'm tempted to do this sampler, but what I'll probably do for this is I think I will make a picture file on my iPad and save this over the successive months that this is released. And if I get enough skill or acquire enough skill, then I can pick up on this later. So that was my thought process on that one. And so the next thing is here's an article. So I can't wait to read it because it's called The Simplest Sleuth. So I guess it's a little cozy mystery type of thing. So I haven't read that yet, but I can't wait to read that. Then we move on to Baltic Easter basket cover. And it's a pretty design. It looks like it literally has just two colors, salmon and coral. And this is on 30 count swan feather legacy linen from Access Commodities. I am not ready for that, but there you have it. Here we have makings of a pasha basket. So if you celebrate Easter and you want to learn about that, that's there. We'll skip past the pattern. And okay, that's just an ad. And then we have this Happy Easter that someone has stitched on a bag as a fully finished object. That looks like it's pretty easy. I just want to see what skill level is. Does it tell you? It does not tell us what skill level it is. Oh, it says intermediate. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to familiarize myself with this. But there you have it. Here you have a cross, joyful and hope. Let's raise it so you can see it. It's very pretty. It just has a few colors. But if you like religious images hanging in your home, you will love this. I love the blue in this. I love the design in this. So it's very, very pretty. Here we have Easter egg trio. You have 3 eggs. So you have 3 patterns on the page where my hand is. Again, I'm pretty sure it's intermediate because if I'm not mistaken, pretty much everything. Oh no, this is easy. I don't know if you can see that, but this is easy. So each one is 66 high by 46 W each. So you would have 3. So you could stitch them all together and then cut it or however you want to do it. And then you can hang these like if you have something that you want to hang them on. So I thought that was very pretty. Am I showing you this? Did I have it all cut off? If I did, I'm sorry. This really appealed to me. I almost jumped at this one. This is All-Star Songbird Quilt Blocks by Blue Jay. Now, I don't do quilts, but you could do this and you could frame it and you could simply hang it like that. And that's what I thought of when I saw that. So this one is an intermediate one. Let's get down. Yeah, intermediate 121 by 121 square. And I believe that might be per block 121 each, but I'm not really sure. And it tells you whatever you need for that. So I really like those quilt squares. Then this one, oh my goodness. Now in the beginning, in the table of contents, it talked about new arrivals. So if you know people that are pregnant or having a baby, this one is for this child. So it says, for this child I have prayed, and the Lord has granted the desires of my heart. And that's a pillow. I thought that was adorable. That is easy, actually. It's an easy pattern. Okay. Then another one for if you want to, this they have as a bib and as a t-shirt. Welcome little one. So now that I'm becoming a little bit more skilled at stitching, this is intermediate, by the way. I would love to do this and stitch this on a white t-shirt for a baby. I'm going to save this one. Very, very lovely. Okay, this has charts and alphabets, so we won't really show that, but that's helpful because remember I said I wanted to learn how to stitch letters, so I might even use these letters But anyway, back to this. You arrived. Now let me show you what the letters are for down here. So if you were making this for somebody as like a birth announcement or congratulations, you put their name, their date of birth, and the time that they were born, and then you stitch this here. So that's why these letters are here, so that you can change that there. But I have an idea on how I can use those letters for my personal use. These are finishing instructions for those Easter ornaments. And then we have some ads, marketplace ads. Okay, numerous ads. Here is a page that was extremely helpful to me. These teach you about stitches, stitching instructions, whether it's a cross or a cross stitch, a half a cross, I can't even talk, 3/4 cross, reverse mosaic, back stitch, running stitch, colonial knot, French knot wrap. This is what I need to learn. So this page, I think I'm going to actually take this page and put it like somewhere in my planner where I can have reference to it all the time. More advertisements over here. And here's an article with some here's product reviews right here. 12 Days of Christmas 3 and 4. Remember I said 1 and 2 are in the February issue. Well, here's what 3 and 4 look like. And then, so those were the patterns for those. And then this is the project gallery. So this tells you all of the projects that are in this issue of the magazine. We're getting to the end. Now this is an ad for Sullivan embroidery floss. I use DMC at this point, but this is where you can buy all, I think 487 did I read the other day? 489 colors in Sullivan, so that's what that is. And then your last page is some mill fill kits. So that is your Just Cross Stitch magazine, April 2022. I am excited to do this flip through. I hope I did it okay, and if you like it or if I get any kind of views on this, I will do the June issue when I get it. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.